Hi, this is Team Outliers, and this is our progress demo video for this week. And I'm going to show our um the crowd visualization model, and then so it's basically like a CNN model, which is trained using like the COCO data set because we don't have enough data for now, so we'll be using that, and that has like annotated bounding boxes too. So this is like a supervised learning. And we'll be getting our image data from the AWS S3. And then after pre-processing the images, we'll use the model and then which will predict the class of each of the detected object inside each image. And we'll check the confidence for the detected object for like the person. And if the confidence is greater than zero point 0.5, we will count that like person in, and then we'll add up the number of people in the image. And based on the number of people in the image, we would classify the image as either like dense or sparse or empty. And let me show the code. And we will be using S3 from AWS later on, but for now, I will be getting the data from my Google Drive, which I downloaded the data from S3. Um, so yeah, as I said before, since we don't have enough data yet, we use the Coco data set with 80 classes to train the model for now. And then um this is a multi-part loss function which has localization loss, which penalizes the error in predicted box coordinates, and the confidence loss, which penalizes the incorrect confidence scores for both objects and background, and as well as the classification loss, which penalizes misclassification of objects within the detected boxes. And first, we'll be saving the configuration for the model. And then using the COCO data set to train. And for the bounding boxes and the detection of people part, um, the model first identifies the person as a class from the data set, and then the model would draw like bounding boxes around them using coordinates if the confidence is greater than zero point 0.5. And the number of bounding boxes classified as person would give the count of detected people inside an image. And this is the code for the bounding box. And this for counting the people. And this function is just to classify like how crowded an image would be. Like if the count of the people is greater than 50, then for now we'd classify that as like dense. And if it's between 10 to 50, we classify that as sparse. And if it's less than 10, then we would do empty. And after we get the image data from S3, we would resize it and normalize it for pre-processing. Um, and for this is showing how the bounding boxes look like. And then above each like bounding box for the person, this one, for example, the confidence level is 0.67. And since it's greater than zero point 0.5, this is classified as a person. And the model um counts that there are 11 people in this image. And for classifying the image, this image is classified as sparse. And then this other image, which only has two people, which is less than 10 people, is classified as pretty empty. And the model can also like test like our all other images, which is mostly classified as empty for now and some as sparse. And for the next part, Claire will explain about our email server.
Hi, my name is Claire, and now I'm going to share the progress for our email server. So for our email server, we're planning to implement it for our CrowdSense, which is the crowd monitoring and crowd controlling system that we are building right now. So the email will send users certain notifications such as instructions to go into an event or whether the place is crowded or not. So for now, we build a very fun rudimentary email server, and we'll begin on improving this in the future in the following weeks. So right now we're using Google API to access the Gmail server, and using all the credentials from the Google API, we're able to send an email to different users. So right now, here's a sample, sending it to me as a user. So our Turbo guy, which is our AI bot, will send this email to users whenever the upcoming concerts is happening, including instructions to like park your car and which gate to go into, and as well as a link to the Google Maps. So we use the HTML format to format our email for now, but in the future we'll definitely add more features and more functionalities. So I can show you guys how this works. So we just run the app and it will automatically connect it to my Gmail app API. And then this is the message ID from the sent email. So let me show you guys. Okay, so yeah, so if as we can see here, I received an email from Turbo Guy, and it's a CrowdSense notification telling me the instructions for the upcoming concerts. So for example, it's asking me to go through gate number 7 at around 6:30 p.m. and park my car in lot 8. And then there's also a link to the Google Maps. So right now, since there's no events, it's just linking to the Google Map main page. But in the future, we will definitely have everything, including the events location included in the email address, in the email that the users received. And going back to next steps, so right now we're only sending it to a single user, and in the future we'll definitely want to have it sent to multiple recipients. So we need to modify the script to handle sending emails to multiple users at once. And then we can also add in personalization, such as placeholders for users' name, the event time, and the instructions to go through the gate numbers or different parking lots. And for Google Maps link as well, we want to add the concert location or even the gate locations in the email. And then we can also do attachments such as the ticket, the maps to the email. And and for now, since we're using HTML formatting, we want to make sure the email will be readable. And in the future, we definitely want to make it look prettier and make it look more business-like. And additional things that we can do for email servers, that we can schedule the email to send at a specific time. And we can also enable email tracking, so to see who actually opens or clicks on our email to gauge the user interaction. So that's all the updates that we have for this week. And then for the following weeks, we'll go into work on this email server, the audio analysis, as well as the video analysis, and get the project ready to submit by 18th. And thank you guys for listening.